Okay, today we're doing Module 2 function F.IF.1 Level 4 Reteach. Are the following functions an equation, a situational function? So right now I'm taking a look at the first one, which is absolute value. And in this case, it does. An absolute value will pass, and it will pass when the x is on the inside. And we know it's a V shape. We want the x on the inside. That is a yes. So this passes the vertical line test because it's an absolute value with the graph will be a V shape. Now square roots. Square roots are what? It's going to always pass. We talked about that in our notes. The passes the vertical line test because it's a square root, which will always be a function. Now, the next one. We have a y squared. That's a no. An x squared is a yes, and a y squared is a no. And this is, it does not pass the vertical line test because it's a U-shaped graph turned on its side. And when you draw a line, it would have two 4s. So it would have the x value of 4. It would be paired with 2 and two different values of -2. The next one, oh my goodness, is a linear graph. It is linear. It passes the vertical line test, always do, except when x equals a number, which means it's a vertical line. That's when it fails. So linear graphs always works unless it's a vertical line. And finally, on the first row, let's take a look. So this one is quadratic, and I already told you x squares work. So this passes the vertical line test because it's quadratic in the graph, which will be shaped as a U. So let's take a look at the next row. So we have another absolute value, but there's a y on the inside. We want the y on the outside and the x on the inside, so this y is no. So when we have a y on the inside, it's a definitely no. So it does not pass the vertical line test because it's a V-shaped graph turned on its side. 4 and 6, 4 and -2. If you have an x value of 4, it would be paired with two different y values, -4 and 4. Taking a look at this one, again, I can't have this. This is not allowed. That's a no. So it looks like a quadratic, but it isn't. It's a U-shaped graph turned on its side, so therefore it's not going to pass the vertical line test. But however, when you get to number 8, it's the opposite. So right next to each other is why I put it here. So this one is a yes, and the y's are a no. So this is quadratic, it's a U-shaped graph, and it's going to pass. Square roots are my friend. Yes, this passes the vertical line test because square roots are always always a function. And finally, for number 10, we got to keep in mind, it's another way of writing it is this, which means it's a linear graph, so it's going to pass the vertical line test. Is time a function of distance? So is time the function of distance? No, time does not depend on distance. So right now, we are saying this is my dependent value and this is my independent value. It's the other way around. Your distance depends on time. The more time you have, the further you would be going. Taking a look at the next one. Is the amount you read in a book a function of the time spending reading the book? Yes, the amount you are reading in a book will depend on how long you will have been reading the book. So we know that this would be the dependent variable and this would be independent. The more time you read, the more time you have, the more pages you would read in your book. Taking a look at the next one, how much your salad cost is a function of the weight of the salad. Yes, the cost of your salad could depend on the weight of the salad, depending on the restaurant. So, yes, if the cost depends on if it weighs a lot. So this is the cost is, and this would be my independent variable. So if I have a small salad, I'm going to pay less. If I have a big salad, I'm going to pay more. So taking a look at the last one, the number of hours to build a house is a function of how much the total cost of the house. No, 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 no. The number of hours the house it takes to build your house does not depend on how much the total cost of the house. So this, it does not cost of the total house. It's the other way around. Thanks for listening and have a great day.